If you find the information useful, please click the like button so others can find our content. For more information, please visit us at thejerusalemassembly.org. If you have questions, contact us on our Facebook page. The links are provided in the description below. April 14, 2020. The first lesson of the year 2020. By Ruben D. Garcia. Even thought that I am not a believer of coincidence, I am a strong believer that all that takes place from an individual to a human collective, is done through manifestations. I have disclosed in various articles the vital reality of manifestations. Greetings. My beloved readers and friends, here we are at another day in the transition of the unusual year 2020. I hope your spiritual ambient has been strengthened and your emotional stamina brought into an inner peace. We are now at the 105th day of the year 2020, and out of those days we have been on a modified imprisonment since January 15 when the first case of the COVID-19 appeared on our soil. 90 days has passed. Again, something of interest with these two numbers is the Tesla's theory of 3, 6, and 9. For example, 105 days, 1 plus 0 plus 5 equals 6, and 90, 9 plus 0 equals 9. I wish I could expand on these three numbers and how they interact with such precision on all of the events humanity has transcended, but also the ones in the near future. Again, example, our president is the 45th president and both numbers add to 9, 4 plus 5, whether you may not wish to recognize this, these three numbers 3, 6, and 9 are the basis for all of the universe's laws. In fact, if we were to utilize their resources in our daily lives, the so prevalent negativity and darkness within will begin to be eradicated until it is you, the human being, manifesting your reality rather than chance. And this brings me to the reason of this article. What is the value learned from this deadly epidemic that can be denoted or described in one word? That total realization derived from the global COVID-19 crisis is coexistence. Yes, that is the whole celestial, cosmic, and galactic purpose for all of humanity to not understand but also adhere to for all times. Yes, my beloved readers, this is the doctrine for generations to come, especially by the year 2040 when it will be a natural aspect of the new humanity and the new earth. In short, every human being will live with the prime directive to live in peace with another human being or other human beings despite differences that plagued humanity for thousands of years. I call this the new knighthood of humanity, embedded with the principles of bravery, courtesy, honor, and devotion to not only aid the weak but to guard their rights as we would do our own loved ones. If I could have seen the right hand of this nation and read the lines within it, I would have said that this nation will live thousands of years. Its health will be in various transitions of decay, but it will recover against all odds as long as its citizens will recognize the fragile existence of its nature and make all efforts possible to guard its wellness with a fervent passion. I would have foretold that the other creatures that cohabitate with mankind must also be guarded with the most caring attitude, because what happens to one affects the other. Therefore, the first lesson of the year 2020 is to not only to learn, but practice coexistence with all living things on the earth. Failure to do this will necessitate the appearance again of another similar or worse situation experienced with COVID-19. Thus the uncaring and insensitivity of the past cannot longer dwell on the mind of the new humanity and neither on the new earth. Consequently, a new chivalry will manifest itself from this first lesson. Would everyone be part of this chivalry? Sadly, the answer is no. But with time the new awakening of humanity has within its core, not only chivalry but unconditional love to all living things. I mean all living things. It will be inconceivable for humanity to continuing existence as it did until the year 2019. The year 2020 is the beginning for all things to change. There is no reverting to the old ways or old habits of the old earth or the old humanity. I can assure you of that. The quicker our minds, hearts, and spirits begin to recognize that we no longer can act in a disorderly manner to all things as we did until 2019, the quicker recognizing this endeavor, our realities become greater and more joyful. If we were to do the opposite out of despise, ouch! The resulting outcomes would be, well beyond imagination. In comparison, COVID-19 will be but a single musical note on a music sheet. However, since 1997, I became cognizant that December 21, 2012 would be time for the trumpet of change to be sounded and its blast to be heard throughout the world, and it has. The sound of the trumpet gathered the people and has manifested a greater earth and a changed humanity, as described in my previous articles. Finally, I extend an invitation to all of you to join the legions of knights that have already gathered around the celestial table and in unison have given their divine words that their lives will be toward the principle of unconditional love to all living creatures on the new earth, but also keeping the divine chivalry from which the bestowed knighthood exemplifies much more in charity, compassion, and peace throughout the whole earth. This is the ultimate purpose of COVID-19, not wealth and financial riches but spiritual wealth. Do you believe this or in it? Your conscience and your heart will tell it to be so. Your soul awaits your answer. And so it is. Namaste. A final note herewith. I have known about this and more to come, and I wrote about it over 3 years ago in such articles titled, American Last Waltz, Final Countdown, The Writing on the Wall, and America's Dark Hours, Part 1 and 2. All written between March through October of the year 2016, long before the election. I suggest you read them, as you will recognize that I have been saying since the year 2019 is viable and deserves merit. God has been my guide and I his messenger. And so it has been.